AEW reportedly matched WWE contracts offered to Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
He's gonna dip, dude. Well, who knows, because they got Dominic over at WWE though.
They got Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins penciled in for SummerSlam.
Oh, I guess we're
Yeah,
starting.
and then
Oh, I guess it doesn't give me the option to start it. So, hey, everybody, welcome.
What the
I don't
fuck?
know what the hell update YouTube did, but apparently it goes automatically live when you stream. So,
Worst director ever.
I didn't know they updated it. Can I go back to how it used to be, to where I can tell it when I want to go live? Anyways,
You just want to
Big
run the show,
Glorious
huh?
one here with the Oz.
Oh, he's not introducing us. Okay,
He's
well,
not
I thought we were
introducing
going
us
to do
anymore.
our own little thing here.
My name is the Oz. That's Carl Anderson, and that's Luke Gallows. I am the AJ Styles of this group, the phenomenal one. Welcome to another episode of the Fetterly Club podcast. We do apologize for last week. None of us were available. We all had shit to do, but we're back. Welcome. I hope you guys have a good week. I want to start this off real quick, you guys. If you guys give me just like 1 minute to say something real quick.
Of course.
We would be remiss if we don't talk about the incident in Lebanon this week in Beirut, for the city of Beirut, the explosion that happened in that city. Us here at the Fetterly Clubcast like to make this very positive, very happy, very funny, to bring you guys some funny while you guys are stuck at home. I know I speak for the rest of the group here when you say that our hearts go out to the people out in Lebanon for this crazy, crazy thing that happened out to them. Many prayers, many love, so much love going out to you guys, and just be strong, and we are there with you in spirit. And that's it. I don't know if you guys want to add anything to this. It's up to you.
Yeah, no.
That was very shocking to see something like that.
Yeah.
And I know many were hurt, not even near the explosion.
Yeah.
So, just keep praying for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Support them. I know there's I think a Red Cross thing going on for blood donation to
Yes.
send out to them. Go check that out. If you can help out anyway, I think there might be like a donation thing as well going on for them. But
we have something like that going on at work. They did put up blood drive posters up at my job, but we first have to get COVID tested before we can donate blood, which is fair, which is absolutely fair. So we will do that. I don't know how good my blood is, but I'll give some. I can spare some if you want, but with that being said, welcome again to the Fetterly Clubcast. Let's get this started. Go ahead, Ramon. Get us started on some sports this week.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and do this. So as y'all know, the MLS is Back tournament is coming to its conclusion on Tuesday, and it's Orlando FC versus Portland, and I'm a little bit biased on that one because I don't want to say Orlando eliminated LAFC. I think LAFC eliminated LAFC.
He sounds like he's a little sour grapes.
I am. The reason being, that went to kicks from the mark, and the tying goal from Orlando and the missed penalty kick was from the same player. So Harvey was supposed to be guarding the player that scored the tying goal, and he completely messed up his cover. Like, he let him just go in and jump and just get the goal in there. And then he was the one that missed the PK. So people are like, oh, no, don't blame Harvey. No, I'm blaming Harvey. I mean, it's time to hang up them boots and become part of the coaching staff, my guy. But that's just my unbiased analysis there.
He's trying to justify the loss by blaming a team player. If I was to do the same thing when Liverpool lost to Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, we got our asses spanked that day. I swear to God.
Oh no, I mean, if your team got wrecked,
yes.
you gotta admit it.
There's no point at pointing fingers. That whole team is to loss. But real quick, before you brought that up, Jess, remember what we were talking about? Was it yesterday or the day before? We're talking about Juventus.
Oh yeah, yesterday.
We were talking about how, because obviously Juventus got eliminated off the Champions League,
Yeah.
so they put the emphasis and the blame on the coach. And Jess and I and my brother Omar, by the way, he wanted a shout out, so shout out to you, Omar, out there in the great state of Texas.
Is everything bigger over there, bro?
He's gonna answer that question guaranteed. Okay, but We were talking about how they put the whole blame on the coach himself and not the players. And I told him, I said, the thing is that when it comes to the players, the team has that sponsorship, has that notoriety of the actual player. You know, you're never gonna be able to blame Cristiano Ronaldo for his fuck ups.
Of course
ever.
not.
You know what I'm saying? Because
it's.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's very sad to see some of these coaches get canned.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, there's some that have been very overdue, like the one for when Arsenal had Arsenal Wagner.
Yeah.
Or Warner, I think his name.
Warner.
He was there for like a decade, over a decade, and they were always going. They weren't producing. They weren't winning anything. So people were always saying, "Get them out, get them out." Until they did. Now they're kind of, rebuilding that's back. But you got to have that confidence. And I mean, they just got rid of one of their coaches too, just last year, or this year. But I think players should take a lot of the blame, but they're the they're the money makers. They're the ones that bring in the revenue. You can't, let's say, imagine Cristiano Ronaldo getting, transferred for not winning Champions League when he was in Manchester or in Real Madrid. I mean, fortunately he's had a pretty good career, good lucky career where he's won a lot.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's times where you're like, that was a dumb play.
But in sports, in my opinion, it should be exactly just like real life, because we all have jobs.
Yeah.
We all fuck up. We get canned right away.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It should be the same thing in sports, but because again, we've said it before, money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose them sponsorships. You don't want to lose those people coming into the stadium buying the T-shirts. It's all money nowadays. It's a business. It is a business, obviously. But it's very sad when it's very, very obvious where the problem lies, but they put the blame on somebody else.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Here's another perfect example with the WWE. We all know that Vince is the one at head, and Vince is making all the decisions. And who did you blame for the low ratings? You blamed Paul Heyman. Somebody had to be your little scapegoat. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Well, I think the same thing happened with Chivas a long time ago when like Wolfo and them fools were over there. I guess Wolfo Bautista had an issue with one of the I forgot what the coach's name was at the time, and he was really good too. He actually
Chepo de la Torre.
Yeah. And I guess there was an issue with Bofo being upset because he wasn't getting enough playing time, so his performance started going down. So what they gave the coach the boot because the player didn't agree with the coach. So
exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's it's always politics.
It is.
It's a lot of politics. I mean, they got so many coaches available, but they got so many teams that, prefer a ex-player to be their coach because they can manage the team through the player, through the new coach.
Yeah.
So like, for instance, the Dodgers, Dave Roberts, they say he's a really good coach. He's not coaching the team. It's the office. The office is giving them a call, sending them a text. Hey, put this player in, switch up the lineup because that's easier for them to manage. It's all, analytics now too. So,
yeah.
But for soccer, I mean, anything goes sometimes, but there's some teams that have surprised everyone for like a year or two, and then they kind of go down. But I mean, coaches get some get a little bit of responsibility, but the players should have the same amount as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's exactly that point that you brought up. Back to Juventus, that they canned this coach because they didn't perform well in the Champions League. And who did they bring in? Just an hour and a half after firing this coach, an hour and a half later, they brought in Andrea Pirlo, which is a former Juventus player, to coach that team.
Yeah.
And going forward. But obviously the question is, will they produce? Will they bring up their shit? Where is the problem lie? Was it the actual coach? Was it the players that didn't put in the effort? It's such a clusterfuck. But moving on, Ramon, go ahead.
Also, going back to MLS, their regular season starts on the 12th, which I'm hell of excited about because that means more soccer on the TV. So there's going to be like a concentration of a lot of rivalry games starting on the 20th, which is the New York Derby, which is both New York teams. Then you have the Texas Derby, on the 21st. I believe also on the 21st, El Tráfico, which is LAFC versus LA Galaxy. Which is crazy because that's the first game that LAFC is going to have. Like, that's the season opener. So it's going to open up with that. So that's going to be pretty insane. Let's see what else we got here. We got Florida and Colorado playing on the 22nd. Then you got Portland and Seattle playing on the 23rd. And then you have Cincinnati and Columbus playing on the 29th and also on the 6th. So they're the only teams that are going to play against each other twice, because I guess it's a whole geographical thing. They're doing it to where they don't have to travel that far out. So they're just keeping it regionally. So yes, but it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good season. It is going to be shortened out. So
no audiences, right? No fans.
I mean, some soccer
you get
is better than no
virtual
soccer.
Fans.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
the Zoom
for
fans in the audience
there. But
yeah, you got the virtual fans, but it looks like they're doing all the like kind of derbies in the first week, huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of them. It's a great ton of them, man. But hey, I'm looking forward to it because I mean,
I feel bad for Ramon because he has to have the Dodger game in one screen, his live stream in the other, and the MLS in the other.
Dude, because man, it's insane because I want to get my game on, but like you got these games going on, and it's like shit. So in between screens, I'm over here looking on my left to my right. Well, my left, your right, because the way the camera's working. But yeah, so I'm just like I'm doing this constantly. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. And then you got like you got the basketball going on too. So which I guess a lot of people aren't very too happy about the officiating. I guess there's a lot of bad calls going on, and I'll probably get into that maybe.
Very common.
Yeah, but I mean, I heard it's worse.
Very
I heard it's worse now. They're saying that it's like they're calling it the bubble effect.
Well, it's because some of the other refs, like the veterans that have been there for a very long time, some of them aren't there. Yeah. So they're going to miss, the newer coaches are going to miss a couple calls because they're not, experienced to seeing that person, that player doing a certain move, or where the people that have been there for years, they know exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So.
Like they know his movements of the player's feet or whatever, so they'll be able to. Oh, nah, you travel, bro. I seen that. you picked up the foot for the second time there, so yeah, I gotta call that shit.
It's gonna be interesting to watch that. Ramon, when you're watching sports, do you go into ref mode or you're watching it as a fan?
That is actually a really good question, dude. And actually, when it comes for basketball and baseball, I watch it more as a fan. But when it comes to football, my referee inside me comes out. Like I tend to watch the games as an official as opposed to a fan now. But there are times where I'm a little bit biased on my calls. But then after watching a replay or something, I'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? They're right. It was the right call. And I get a lot of flack for that. They're like, oh come on, what? That's your team. And I go, yeah, I get it. But I'm also a football fan, so I can, appreciate a good call when it's done, or like a good goal. Like when America played Chivas, America had a really good goal that game, and I even had to give props to that goal because I was like, damn, that was a really good shot. And back then, when I would yell and pound on the door and shit and annoy the fuck out of you, I wouldn't have said that. You know what I mean? Right. But now as a person who referees, and you know the calls, you kind of be like, oh yeah, you know what, he did look like he was offside a bit, or oh no, he wasn't offside, that was a bad call. So yeah, now I watch it. Soccer I watch now as an official as opposed to a fan. Unless I'm at the stadium at the Bank of California, then yeah.
I do feel like Ramon sometimes goes full Karen on those ref calls, but then he calms himself down like, okay, that was the right call.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck was that? And then I'm like, oh yeah, well, yeah. He did clean him real quick.
Full Karen.
Yeah, full blow. I just need to cut the hair. Bob it up real quick.
Oh no, it's there. Trust me, I've seen it without any hair.
Oh.
It's there. Anything else for us Ramon today on the sports?
That's pretty much it. That's all I got for today.
No Dodger news.
No. I'm gonna be honest, and I didn't do enough research this week. It was hella busy at work, so I didn't get a chance to to look into stuff, but I promise I'll be more prepared next week.
He does have time to stream for about an hour and a half.
I
Anyway,
do.
but-
And
Hey,
yeah.
I have to put some type of content on the channel, so
Ooh.
Well, good content comes with research, by the way.
that's why I don't research my games. I just stream them.
But you gotta switch it up, you know.
Oh, we noticed. Trust me.
You can hear me. Oh shit. Oh man. But yeah, so that's all the news I got for y'all, my peeps.
All right, Jess, you want to go or should I?
I'll take it over from here. I don't know.
Go for it.
We may have. All right. So, this week a lot of stuff was announced. But what are you guys' thoughts on Netflix originals? They've improved a lot throughout the
Absolutely.
years.
Oh,
Absolutely.
bro.
When it first started and all that.
Oh, for sure.
So,
Absolutely.
how? I don't know if you saw this, Oz. It has to do with something regarding horror.
Yeah.
So Netflix recently reportedly purchased a story that was posted on Reddit.
Yeah.
For a 7-figure deal.
Yeah, I had heard about this.
It was actually on a subreddit called No Sleep.
Yes.
Where people kind of write like little horror stories and kind of like trying to creep you out.
Yeah.
So the story that they bought was called My Wife and I Bought a Ranch.
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but what are your thoughts on Netflix kind of looking out into like the internet for their original ideas, even though it's not originally from their team, but they're purchasing the idea, the concept to make it into a movie or a series?
Well, I think I said it back a couple of podcasts back that Netflix is killing it in the originals game.
Yeah.
They're killing it.
Oh yeah.
You know, every time I see the thing Netflix original, it already piques my interest to see what it's gonna be. You know, have they all been winners? No, absolutely not. There's been a couple of flops in there that I've seen. I'm like, oh, this is not really that good. But for the majority, they've been really good.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they're expanding their horizons and not just depending on directors or writers to write their scripts right now, because as you know, just the process for a writer is like, okay, here's an idea, run with it, go for it. You know what I'm saying? But now when you have a backstory and you get kind of an idea, this is what we want. I have no doubt that if and when this movie comes out or whatever it is, hopefully becomes a series. I've read bits and pieces of this actual story in particular, and it's really good. It's really good. It's more of a mindfuck, if I was to say so myself. But when you get kind of an idea in your head, you kind of just like I said, if and when this movie comes out, I know it's going to be great. Because Netflix knows when it comes to movies and series, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I have 100% full faith on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, I like a lot of their originals. As a matter of fact, last week, I was told to watch Narcos Mexico. And it was only 5 minutes into that show that I got instantly hooked. I was like, holy crap. I was like, because there's a song that I like and a couple of the, I guess, Narcos are in that song, and then the name started popping out on the show, and I'm like, holy shit, like, this is sick. So I literally binge watched 8 episodes on Friday and wrapped it up on Saturday. Like, it was that good that I couldn't stop watching it. And then I'm gonna finish season 2. By the way, I'm gonna start that sometime next week.
It does get intense on season 2. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, it's very intense.
It's very intense.
Damn, should I like take a whole day to watch it then? Like, am I gonna get hooked on it like I did season 1?
I would want you to maybe see a few episodes and then want to crave the rest. I tend to tease myself sometimes when I'm watching a good show. I'll wake up early before I'm even getting ready for work, and I'll watch one episode, and then I'll get ready for work, and then all day at work I'm just like, I want to get home. I want to get home so I can finish this. I want to get home so I can finish this. I think because honestly, in the episodes, they're already there. They're already waiting for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's better to just tease yourself just a little tiny bit to have something to look forward to for the rest of the day.
Yeah. So then I'll do that. Then I'll probably watch a few of them tonight, and then start watching like an episode a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Like and right now there's nothing. I mean, there's good stuff coming out, but there's anything that doesn't pique your interest right now. I suggest you watch one episode a day, or if you want to finish it off, start looking for another show. There's a bunch of good shows that I can recommend you. Some of them are in Spanish. I'm watching right now. It's one show in Spanish called High Seas. It's really good actually. It's like a murder mystery, but it takes place in a cruise ship. It was made in Spain and it was brought to the United States here. There's gonna be a season 3, I think, dropping either this week or next week, and that's a really good intense show.
I've seen a lot of Spanish.
I think when it comes to that, you got to nick and pick on what you want to see. Like Money Heist. Money Heist is the big thing, and if you haven't seen Money Heist, you're missing out. That's a great show as well.
I'm missing out then.
Yeah, but going back to what Ramon is saying is like 5 minutes in, you're already hooked on the show. I just watched the Umbrella Academy season 2, and when you have a doubt like, I hope this season is good. Within 5 minutes, the first song they're playing in that show is My Way by Frank Sinatra, which is one of my favorite songs ever made, and I just go, okay, this is gonna be good.
And I think when it comes to originals on Netflix, I think if by the second episode you're not invested, it's not for you. I think, I'll give a pilot, because like with Breaking Bad, I didn't get hooked on until like the second or third episode. But I mean, it's not a Netflix original, but
it's not a Netflix original.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
doing?
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
I mean that's a general thing.
Because I've had a lot
TV.
of people with Breaking Bad tell me like, I really didn't like it, and I'm like, well, did you give it a shot? Like, nah, I really didn't like the first episode, so I'm like, keep watching it. It gets way better. No.
I gave it 9 episodes. I'm done.
I
gave it 9 episodes.
There's a TV show for everybody. There's a TV show, that certain people won't like. I mean, it's gonna happen.
And on segue on the Netflix originals, I'm just gonna chime in really quick that 3% season 4 drops next week, which I'm hell of excited about, and that's a Netflix original. Awesome. I like that show because it kind of reminds me of like the Hunger Games, kind of.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, I would recommend you watch it. So what it is, it's I guess there's 2. There's the inland, and then there's the offshore. The offshore is more where it's like you don't have to worry about anything. Everything's taken care of, money, like cash, whatever. You live stress free pretty much. The inland is more like poverty, and you have to like fight for what you need, blah blah blah. So on their 20th birthday, they go through this thing called the process, and out of all of those people, only 3% go to the offshore. But you got to go through a lot of stuff. You go through like tests and things, so it's pretty cool. You guys should watch it. I won't spoil it much, but
so it's like America. Anyway,
no, but going from that, so so you guys feel like maybe Netflix should continue doing stuff like that? Maybe somebody writes a story now. Knowing this, and then next thing you know, they get a nice little phone call saying, hey, we're offering you over $1 million for your story.
I mean, obviously you got to nick and choose what you're going to get. You can't just like find the story online and give them $1 million. You got to be really invested into it. The views have to be there for the story, the thumbs up, obviously everything matters nowadays.
They got it. Yeah, of course. And it has 6 parts to this. So it's going to be interesting. Now staying on the movie news, The Rock recently tweeted that he will be Black Adam in the Black Adam movie for DC Universe, and he actually released a teaser. Are you guys feeling confident that this could be a spark for DC Universe like Shazam was? I mean, that was a really good movie. And Aquaman. I mean, it's kind of ever since Aquaman, I think it's been kind of looking pretty good for them.
I think Jess, I've said this to you before. Anything The Rock touches, I'm interested in.
Yeah.
which sounds terrible thing to
Yeah,
say.
it does.
But The Rock has yet to disappoint me in a movie. I really thought there's times when I was like, "Oh, this movie's gonna suck. This movie's gonna suck," and it ended up being good. I just watched the Jumanji: The Next Level, and I thought it was gonna be terrible, and it actually turned out to be pretty funny, and I actually enjoyed it. The Rock, or as they call him, Rock the Dwayne Johnson,
Oh, yeah.
really brings a lot more to any character that he does. Because even when he went into the Fast and the Furious franchise, how fucking hype were we for that when we saw The Rock going after Dominic Toretto? Fast 5, which in my opinion was the best compared to the original. But to answer your question, let's do it. Bring The Rock in. I mean, he's gonna run for president. He just bought the XFL.
Oh,
This
yeah,
man
that's
is
right.
on a whole nother level.
Vince had to call him that favor, huh?
Oh yeah, 15 mil. Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, man.
And the I know we were talking about Disney Plus last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it was announced Mulan will actually be coming out on Disney Plus for $30.
For $30.
So you pay your subscription fee. You do not get it. You must be subscribed and pay $30 out of pocket to own the movie on Disney Plus. It won't be on anywhere else. Once you cancel your subscription, the movie will disappear.
Okay.
So if your payment does not go through and it gets suspended, you lose the movie as well.
Okay.
So you would have to
teacher. Yes. Okay. So you're telling me that if you pay $30, you get to own the movie?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm in. Yeah.
Own.
I thought it was $30 just to rent it. I thought, what the fuck? I did pay the $20 when The Invisible Man came out on demand, but that's a whole different story. You did too?
Yeah, I did.
We paid the $20 to rent it. But if you're telling me that it's going to be $30 to own it, then I'm 100%. And because it's what the Blu-ray is going to cost anyway. The Blu-ray special edition collector's box set, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's going to be almost $30 anyway with taxes. Might as well have it at home.
Yeah.
I know I want to see it. I know my mom wants to see it. I know a ton of people that we were going to go to the theater to watch it in March.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was just about to come out before the whole shutdown came down.
Yeah.
I mean, if it works out, they'll bring out Black Widow too, which is another one that I wanted to see.
So Disney did announce that, like, the shareholders meeting and everybody kind of leaked the information about that.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like a very rare thing they're going to be doing. I think the reason they're they're pushing out Mulan because it's a Disney princess, and they know they can generate some revenue off of that.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be very tough for them to stop is the illegal streaming of it. We're going to find ways to get, copies, bootleg copies. We know, just go down the street right there where you guys live. You guys get all the movies.
Oh,
5 a 5, 2 por 10, 4 por 10, pásale.
Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting how Disney's going to do it. If they're going to allow some sort, like if they're going to have some higher security on the data, but I mean, anyone can screen record now. So it's very interesting. I'm excited to see the movie for a $30 fee. And it's a little bit
it's a bit steep
for a movie, but they're reporting that you do own the film for as long as you have your subscription.
I've spent more money on Fortnite, but don't ask me any questions about that.
Yeah.
So does that mean, so let's say, for example, you forget to make a payment, or let's say you switched your card out because of whatever reason, and you forgot to pay that month's subscription, and he cancels you out, and you lose the movie. If you pay for the next month, does that movie come back? Does it stick to the account, or if
it'll
it's
stick
like
to
you cancel and it's
account.
done?
It sticks to your email, password account.
All right, then.
Disney does have a thing where they give you kind of like a grace period. I was reading that they do allow you to have Disney Plus even after the payment was supposed to be due.
Okay.
So if you didn't make a payment, or your card, let's say insufficient funds, you do have the option to switch your card out and then pay it, but you still will have Disney Plus. So it doesn't really cancel out immediately. You get a couple emails warning you. They were saying that kind of shoots like, hey, if you can just re-update your info so we can process the payment. But Mulan will be $30 and will be out September 4th. So something was supposed to come out that day. I know that we were talking about New Mutants, but it looks like it just will be Mulan.
Okay. What's our time like?
We might want to do a quick break so we can set up the second stream.
All right.
Okay. So, our producer Ramon Garcia here is asking us to take a break, so we're gonna have to take a break. Stay tuned, you guys. We will be back.
Yes, we will.
Sir.
Nobody say anything till he cuts, but he tends to record that shit.
Yeah. Oh crap! There we go. There. So I guess the last time we had an issue with copyright infringement, so we can't do that video that we did last time. So we're just gonna leave you with the be right back screen. So we'll be right back.
You can put
You can always put.
We're just waiting on Jesse. And we're back over here with my muted self.
Yeah, we are back.
Yes, we are back.
The fastest transition we've ever done.
Yes.
We had it right this time.
We did.
All
Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna go buy some tamales.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Tamales!
All right.
The live experience on the Fetterly Clubcast.
So
I'm gonna go interview her. Señora, ¿qué le pone a los tamales?
¿Qué tipo de masa usa? ¿De dónde la compra?
Es de 5 puntos, nomás me gusta de 5 puntos.
¿Tiene champurrado o tiene avena?
All right, go for it, Jess. Go ahead, we're done.
Yeah.
No, those tamales. I'm not gonna lie.
Now I prefer the ones from the guy that sells them in the parking lot.
Oh,
Oh,
it
there's
sucked, dude.
post up right there now.
Yeah, he's been there for a while now. The old man in the van.
Mhm. Hear an echo.
That lady hooked it up.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
All right.
Go ahead, Jesse.
We all have Xboxes, right?
No.
No.
Yes, you do. What are your thoughts? Because of certain situations, I know I have to go digital. I know
Yeah.
Oscar Xbox has to go digital, because of my son. Now, what are your thoughts on the new Xbox and the new PlayStation having a digital version where it has no disc tray, and a disc tray version with it only being $100 difference? Do you think that's kind of something, like, I know they're probably, of course, trying to get every type of dollar out of us, but
Yeah.
do you think discs are going to be relevant 5 to 10 years from now?
You mean to say that discs are gonna be obsolete?
Or they'll be deleted?
No, I think it's spoken for itself that a lot of people are going digital. You know, obviously not by force, but people are going digital. Nobody wants the fucking disc anymore. You lose the disc, you have to rebuy that game regardless.
Yeah.
You know, with digital, it's fucking there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get scratched up. It doesn't get scratched up.
It doesn't.
That's it. That's all it comes down to.
The only issue I have with that, or not really an issue for me, because I don't really care, but the issue that I think they're gonna have is the game sharing. You know what I mean? Because as we well know, you can do it to a point where you can get a game for free off your friend's account if it's a digital account. You know what I mean? So they're really going to have to hammer down on that, because if not...
Easy. Maybe they're not onto that. Easy.
Secrets, please.
They already know about that.
No,
it's been going on for way too long already.
Well, they know now because they're watching the Fetterly Clubcast every Sunday.
They are.
Yeah, of course.
At 7-ish a.m. not set at 7 now. It's 7-ish. Just in case.
Yeah, they emailed us.
Their coffee ready.
Where were we at?
But yeah, I think that's something that they're gonna have to keep an eye out on, because a lot of games are gonna be not bought. And,
so I know in 360
that way. But
on the 360, you were able to file transfer every 3 months, as many times you wanted. So you could do in 3 months and then do in another 3 months. And I mean, you could give your friends a game that just came out. You give it to four friends in a year.
Yeah.
So I know in the Xbox One, you can only game share once. And the way they do it is you got to make the other individuals your home Xbox. If you don't, because let's say Ramon, for yourself, you're the only one that uses it.
Yeah.
You have no one else that uses it. So all you need is your account. If you make let's say your nephew's Xbox your home, it's kind of like everybody can use it because all accounts can use it. So that's the only way they can do it, and it's only once every 6 months. So they kind of but if you switch it, so let's say a friend of yours is like, hey, let me get this game. If you do that, your nephew loses the games. And
so maybe something like that.
Yeah, so that's what they do now. So that's why it's a little bit harder. I know Oscar and I were doing that, and then he probably gave it to somebody else, and it kicked me out. So that's how they're kind of stopping that from happening. But yeah, so discs, do you think that's going to be another 5-10 years, and then that's it? Or
it's going to become like the VHS.
Yeah,
it's going to be a matter of time, just like cassettes and CDs, and it's just
now CDs are still around.
They are, but how many? I mean, how many people do you see with anti-skip Walkmans for their CDs?
Yeah,
I've seen a few.
Anymore. People, you see them with their phones or MP3 players now. I mean, I remember back in the day, man, when you had that 10-second anti-skip MP3 CD from Sony.
AM/FM radio built into it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shit.
That's right. Where you didn't have to buy the separate adapter for it on your headphones, so you can flip
Yeah.
it and shit.
Uh-huh.
Damn, we're going way back. But yeah,
Way to
no,
show our age, bro.
I think it's just a matter of time before all of that becomes obsolete and deleted.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Now, console wars. I know has been kind of transitioning to PC. Where do you stand on that? Do you feel like there still should be a rivalry, or should they just kind of cut that off and just make all games like the same, cross-platform playing?
I think they should make everything cross-platform, honestly, because just until last week, I've been wanting to play with a friend of mine. Shout out to you, Danny. But I couldn't because he has a PlayStation, and I have an Xbox and my PC. But since Warzone is cross-platform, we finally got to play, and it's kick-ass because now not only have I played with my friend Danny, I've played with my friend Mabel, which also is a PlayStation owner. So I honestly think, it's gonna suck because at the end of the day, the consoles or the PCs don't want that because they want their own, I guess, audience, customers, whatever you want to call it. And they can't really do that because a lot of consoles have exclusives, like Xbox, with Halo, or PlayStation has what?
Crash Bandicoot,
stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there are certain games that you won't be able to play together, and they want to have their own audience or customers or whatever. So I personally, as a gamer, I would like everything to be cross-platform. It would make it a hell of a lot easier for the consumers, but I see where it would be something where it might mess them up on their end, because I know there's a lot of technicalities and like a lot of shit that goes into being able to play everything cross-platform, which is the reason why Overwatch hasn't done it yet. And also Apex is barely doing it in October, I think. So it's I guess it's a really big process in order to get all of that cross-platform, but I think it would be best to do it just cross-platform.
Yeah, I think when it comes to consoles and game systems, it's just like cars. There will never be a monopoly on that. There's going to be different consoles will offer you different things. I remember when PlayStation started letting you play Blu-rays, and then the Xbox One finally let you start playing Blu-rays.
Well, that's right.
And then now I think there's this one thing I see it announced on YouTube all the time. It's called Stadia. I don't know what it is, but it's
I think that was
a
new flop or some shit.
It's like another gaming system, but it's like you just attach it to your TV. It's kind of like a Roku style, but it's just strictly gaming. I think it was made by Google or by
I think it is Google.
Yeah, Google I think made that one.
Oh, we got a comment. We got two actually by Caesar.
Okay.
Oh, he texted me right now.
Yeah, he said PCs are for cheaters who like to use mods. Xbox and PlayStation 4 should be the only ones to crossplay. I actually kind of agree with that.
I agree with that.
I do, because there's a lot of cheating going on with PC, like a lot.
Yeah.
And there's anti-cheats on there, but people are smart enough to know how to work around that shit. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I do agree with Caesar on that. I think it would. It sucks because they could say, "Oh, well, I'm plugging in a controller to my PC, so blah blah blah, whatever." But you could still use your mods.
Keyboard and mouse control is real crazy good. Like
all you pretty much are doing is clicking on the head. That's why they say, "Oh, click heads, because that's pretty much all you're doing." But I agree with you, Caesar, 100%.
A comment I got personally, because it was a text from Caesar, was Halo is dead.
Oh no!
Hey, that's on you guys. I know y'all love that shit. So.
Nah. You take that shit back.
Come on now. You were there with me when we bought that Halo 3 Heroic, and we were playing Halo 3 all the time.
Oh, Caesar, he's calling you out, bro.
And I know Halo 4, Halo 5 weren't the best, but they're still around. They're still got a fan base. But I think the new Halo game is going to do justice. I think they're going back to the right idea of where they were. So give this new Halo a chance. Give it a chance.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
What else
so
you
then
got
going from there, Oz, have you seen the movie Unfriended, right?
Of course.
All right. You kind of know how it's like. I think they were like on Skype chat or a group.
Yeah, they were on Skype, and one by one they start getting deleted.
Okay.
Is that the one where like somebody comes in randomly and nobody knows who it is, and like people start getting killed like live?
That's Dark Web. That's the second part.
That was Dark Web. Yeah, that's it's a sequel to that one though.
Yeah, which is also pretty fucking good too.
Yeah. So the concept of that, you know, how they're in a group chat, it's just pretty much you're looking at their like how we're talking. It's just pretty much a live stream. Yeah. So a new movie came out called
wait. I was about to stop you right there. If you're about to talk about Host on Shudder, I have seen that movie. I saw it last week.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was on my notes to talk about today to you.
What's it called?
Host.
Okay.
It's on Shudder. It's on Shudder.
Is really good.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I was gonna just talk about how do you feel about this new subgenre of video call horror movies? Like pretty much, it's like recorded on a phone, or it's kind of just seeing the phone screen instead of like how movies are. You see the area, you know. What's your thoughts? How do you feel about that moving forward, being a new type of movie genre?
I've always been a fan of found footage films back to the days of the Blair Witch Project. You know, when that came out, when Paranormal Activity came out, Paranormal Activities 1 and 2 are the scariest shits I've ever seen.
Never seen any.
You know, but shocker.
Yeah, not seen any of them.
No. Go ahead, Oz. Go ahead. I just want to throw that in there.
I just want that to sink into people that you haven't seen Paranormal Activity. I just want that to sink in. Anyway,
any of them.
Anyway, and when it comes to found footage stuff, I'm all in. I know, like I said, I saw Host last week for the first time. I sat through the whole thing. I was like on the edge of my seat with my butthole really puckered up the whole time because there is no music. There is no, tense music or something scary is about to happen. That shit just happens.
Oh, shit.
In real time. Yeah. Jess, you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah.
You know that part, and I'm not giving anything away. There's a part where they show a face on the screen.
Oh, it just like kind of like
it just fucking turns. I'm like, no, stop.
Jesse's face was like, whoa.
Oh my god.
It is, I give shout out to Shudder because they're very like small, low, kind of not that big of a like company. Like it's a channel and it's also a YouTube channel as well, and they have really good content there. They have good movies.
I am a proud member of Shudder. I watch it daily. There's a lot of good stuff on there, a lot of good movies, a lot of good originals. They just brought back Creepshow, old school stuff.
Oh, that's right.
I'm all in for that. But to answer your question, I love found footage films. I think this was a great idea to bring it into the real time because everybody's doing Zoom nowadays.
Yeah.
Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's having meetings, phone calls, and everything. So I'm all in for that. Yeah. I think it was fucked up that the seance lady lost signal at the very last second.
Oh, that's right. So the whole concept of the movie, it's like, so it's during COVID. So they do. That's even crazy.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was a Zoom call. It's taken place during COVID times because they're all just hanging out on. I don't know. They didn't say what day it was, but they all get the idea to have an actual seance on Zoom. So they get in touch with a lady who does seances on Zoom and makes them do a chant, get a little candle. I'm not giving anything away. It's just in the story, but they do the seance, they do the chant, and then the seance's lady call drops and they can't get her back because the seance along the lines went really wrong and they can't get in touch with her again to make all this shit stop.
Oz, if you can, I got a personal I got a message saying if you can explain Shudder. It's an app.
Okay, I got it.
Can we get those questions on the live stream? Please.
Shudder, for those people that don't know, it is a movie app like Netflix, like Hulu. It is a subscription based, but it's all horror 24/7.
Yeah.
Everything horror. There's a lot of great horror classics in there. A lot of new stuff. A lot of stuff from Japan. Originals. They also have some of their originals which are really good, but it's all 100% horror based. In the app itself, they also have their own 3 horror channels. They have mysteries, they have slashics, which they play a lot of serial killer movies in that, and suspense movies. If you're really into horror, I recommend you guys do Shudder. The content's there; it's great. They also have the original Halloween movie in there as an exclusive, and Halloween 4 and 5. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's Shudder, SHUDDER, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Caesar's asking, where can you get it?
You can get it on the Apple App Store. You can get it on the Google Play Store. Roku. It's actually really cheap. It's only $4.99 a month.
Oh,
so it's very cheap.
I think you could get it on the Xbox as well, or PlayStation.
Yeah, I have it on the Xbox. Yeah, I have it on the Xbox.
So if it's on the Xbox, you can get it on the PlayStation. I know iPhone, the App Store, I think may have it too.
Jesse,
Caesar, don't even trip. I'll send you my login, Caesar. Don't worry.
There it is.
There it is.
Hey, yo, Jesse. Anthony says the GOAT Jesus. How are you doing, my boys?
Oh, dude, Anthony.
Resh.
Hey, you gotta
shout out Resh.
Reply to my texts, my guy.
He doesn't. He doesn't. I texted him too. He doesn't respond.
You got no phone service. I don't know.
Oh. But yeah,
shout out to Anthony.
Yeah, shout out to you. Oh, thanks for being on the live Q&A yesterday, bro. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, same to you, Caesar. Thank you. But yeah, so.
Ramon?
Yeah.
Are you interested in watching that type of movie?
Well, I mean, found footage stuff is pretty cool. Like I've stated before, I'm not really like a big movie watcher. Horrors, I have a specific kind of like, I don't know how to call it, but like Child's Play brings back a lot of bad memories. Hey, I got my ass beat because Chucky scared the shit out of me. Like I got my ass beat because I couldn't stop crying.
It sucks.
And he was 19 years old, you guys.
Dude, obviously, it ruined clowns for me forever. You know, as you guys remember, I almost went into fetal position when we went into that clown maze on Halloween Horror Nights.
Almost, you did go into fetal position.
Never. I was. I was starting to crouch, but then.
Nah. You went full fetal.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Well, let's get Corina in there because Corina was with you. Let's get her on the Zoom chat. Let me send her a link.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Oh, Caesar said the GOAT, more like the Nope.
No. That's just family feuding now.
And then he says that Anthony says Sabino never replies.
I know, he never replies. That guy, you got to get him on, like, you got to find them at work at UPS or wherever.
Yeah, and then when you confront Sabino by not, it was like, what are you talking about, my guy?
Oh yeah, like yesterday. With his water bottle, he's like, well, I don't have one near me, but he'll be like, bro, what are you talking about? I always answer. Shout out, Sad. Yeah, so to answer your question, I mean, I'm not really a horror movie watcher, but hey, I mean, it seems pretty interesting. I wouldn't mind subscribing and seeing what they have there. Caesar said,
oh my god.
Tell the story about when you got beat down playing basketball.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay. What the hell? What's going on right here? Why you got beat down playing basketball?
I'm willing to throw my links out of the window just to hear this.
Yeah, you know what? For sure, I'm down.
I'm done.
It was just us playing one-on-one, and he just beat me. I mean, I don't understand.
He said, like I said, the Nope.
See, I'm being attacked here in this live stream. I'm about to get YouTube security to escort him out.
Security. He's gonna go full Karen.
But yeah, I always call him Caesar, and he's my uncle, so I always call him out. I always mess with him so I can play basketball with them. I always tell him I'll beat him, and then he gets, of course, he knows he can beat me. So whenever we play, it's always I'll try to give him a run for his money, but he always finds a way to beat me. So
Oscar, Caesar said, tell everyone how Jesse was hyping it up.
Oh.
Just how Gilbert did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, this is getting very interesting.
This is a really good story. Okay, so this happened in Vegas about 10 years ago, probably a little bit less. But my cousin Gilbert had come over to Vegas specifically to play a game of basketball with my brother Caesar. So the whole car ride to Vegas, he's all like, "Hey man, this is gonna be good, man. We'll play some basketball. I'm about to tap that ass." Literally what he said. Okay. So when we get to Vegas, it's basketball time. Okay, it's basketball time. So they go off to the court. You see Gilbert coming into the swag, like, "Man, I got this, bro. I got this." Bouncing the ball. They go off to the basketball court, and as they're coming back, you see Caesar with a big ass smile on his face, and Gilbert just like this, coming back. And I go, "You lost, didn't you?" You know, like the court was slanted, man. The rim was slanted and everything. And then it's my brother that comes back going, "Man, easy win. So Gilbert sits down, doesn't say a fucking word for the rest of the night because he's just pouting. And I keep saying, "Man, that court was slanted. You saw it. You know, the rim was like this a little bit. You know, I wasn't able to score really well. But
it was double rimmed."
It was. Oh man, it was funny. But to see the change of Gilbert to tapping that ass to just sitting down and shutting the fuck up, classic. It's never gonna get old.
So Jesse, did your ass get tapped that game?
Nah.
Was it a close game?
Maybe like 3 points, probably 4 points difference. We don't play like up to like 21.
10 point, 20 point,
20 point, 100 point, another point, Kobe Bryant. All right.
So it gets close in the very. But at the end, he just destroyed. Because he's
laughing
played,
at you, bro. Anthony's straight laughed at you.
He's older than me. I can't.
Here we go.
And he's bigger than me. I can't. Back to your notes. I won't interrupt again. Cold blooded. No, but yeah. So I mean, every time I play him. I'm confident, but no, that guy, he's terrible apart.
Yeah.
Was it worth it?
He's also
a soccer head.
You should see when we play FIFA. It's very very competitive when him and I play FIFA.
Well, who you and Caesar?
Yeah, when we play FIFA.
Hey Caesar, is that true, bro?
He one time he did beat me in FIFA. I'll admit defeat, but for the rest of the day, when he beat me, he's all like, "Man, I traveled 23 hours from Texas over here just to clap that ass in FIFA. Mission accomplished." You know, so he won't.
Caesar said, "Sweet baby Jesus won't let him badmouth me."
Sweet baby Jesus won't let you badmouth him?
Yeah. Oh, man. But
yeah, he'll put stipulations on FIFA.
He will
from outside the box.
When he's losing, he'll be like, "No, let's just shoot from outside of the box. You can't get that close. You got to shoot from outside of the box." You know?
Caesar. Dad, bro. They're calling you out now, bro. Oh man. That was very fun story time, man.
Yeah, it was.
Only on the Fetterly Club cast live at 7:00 a.m.
No, if you want to take over, I'm pretty much wrapped up on everything.
I only have 3 little small articles that I wanted to read about, including TikTok. TikTok is actually on the verge of getting banned by Donald Trump. He signed an executive order that it will be banned. Hopefully, maybe by the end of this week. But now this article came out this morning, actually saying that Twitter in talks to buy TikTok ahead of Donald Trump's ban. So Twitter's on the verge of buying it. So here's the actual article. I'm going to read some of it. Twitter is interested in buying video sharing social media network TikTok, according to the Wall Street Journal. The news comes after President Donald Trump announced that he would ban the Chinese-owned service in the United States if an American company does not take over its operations by September 15th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 45 days.
The Journal says that Twitter had preliminary discussions with TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, but it's unclear whether Twitter will further pursue an acquisition deal. Also, it's in the same article that says Microsoft has also shown interest in purchasing TikTok. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to this, Twitter has already put down a $4.5 million over 2-year period acquisitional deal. I know you guys don't TikTok. I know you guys don't have anything to do with TikTok, could probably care less about TikTok, but this is pretty big for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a revenue.
It is.
it's a revenue. It's making a lot of money. But do we compare it to Vine back in the days of Vine?
Ooh, I remember Vine.
Very similar.
Yeah. My question for you guys is, do you guys think that it should be bought? It should stay? Like, I personally, I do make TikToks, comedy TikToks, but whether it's being canceled or getting banned, I could really give a shit less. You know, I have 100 other things to do with my life than to make a 30 to 60 second video.
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing I do remember seeing was the main reason is because it's owned by a Japanese company Chinese owner. So I know that's something Donald Trump dislikes.
Yeah.
So I know Microsoft was given 45 days to make the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And then now I'm hearing this one about Twitter. I think it's going to be a crazy market that whoever owns that app will be pretty powerful. Like, it'll be up there.
Yeah.
Because Facebook owns Instagram.
Facebook
Google
owns
YouTube.
stuff, man.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty interesting. But I didn't know TikTok was valued at only 9 million. I figured it'd be like a little bit more than that.
Because it's free, it doesn't. I mean, it creates a lot of sponsorship and it creates a lot of views and everything. But when it comes to the actual app, since it's free, it doesn't create a lot of like as much revenue as you would think it would.
Wow.
You know, and also since it started paying certain people to make a TikTok, because I know I don't remember her damn name, but she's very famous. Something Ray. I don't know her name. She's very famous on TikTok. Got paid $200,000 just to make a 10-second video on some water pill. $200,000.
Jeez.
To make a 30-second video on the pill. But yeah, because like I said, because it's free, it doesn't create a lot of revenue for the company itself. So the fact that it's only worth $9 million is astonishing compared, because there's more actual subscribers than money on that app.
Yeah. Well, Caesar said that he's been hearing that Microsoft will be buying it by September 15th.
Yeah.
So
I know they were in the logging for that. It's like a pull, like a what is it? A rope pull,
it's like a
type
bid.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna bid.
So at this point, is TikTok in the middle of a bid war between big companies, or?
I think it's
pretty
either
much...
it's in the middle of a bid war and staying in business. As a whole. So.
Yeah, it's pretty much Trump wants it to be U.S. based.
But it's funny that you mentioned that Jess, that Trump has a big thing with trying to take away Chinese products, because I was watching his executive orders being signed yesterday. By the way, he signed an executive order saying that they won't take away no more than 1% of taxes from every check to give us more money. That's going to go into effect the 15th of August. But going back, the whole time he was talking about coronavirus, he kept calling it the China virus. Which
no way.
Yes, if you watch those, he's all like, "I'm signing this executive order for the China virus." That's all he kept saying. So you guys should watch those videos; they're really interesting to watch.
But I gotta check that out.
All right, let me move on to my next article real quick before we run out of time, because I believe that we are running out of time.
Yeah, we are. We have about 9 minutes left. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just I'll read the second one just because it's very important. Have you guys seen the movie Batman Forever?
The Val Kilmer?
It's the Val Kilmer one that also had Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
Okay, so DC holds like their own kind of Comic-Con style type thing. Every year it's called the DC fandom. Now, when they release the people that are gonna be, well, obviously it's all gonna be on Zoom. So the artists that are gonna appear at fandom, Val Kilmer came up, which he played Bruce Wayne. So now fans are speculating. It's this article is on comicbook.com if you want to read it. It says Batman Forever and a Schumacher cut of Batman Forever has been teased because Val Kilmer will be attending DC fandom this year. So here's the article. DC Comics fans have been seeking the release of Zack Snyder's original cut of Justice League for years, which is actually going to happen, with their wishes being granted with the debut on HBO Max in 2021. This confirmation ignited a number of other campaigns seeking the release of various other unseen versions, which includes the director's cut of Joel Schumacher's Batman Forever. On August 22nd, the DC fandom event is slated to offer audiences first looks at upcoming DC Extended Universe projects. With the confirmation that Val Kilmer will be attending, the event ignites hope that this could be connected to updates about the Schumacher cut and Batman Forever. Schumacher's original cut of Batman Forever runs at a reported 170 minutes, though the theatrical cut runs only 130 minutes. So,
okay, hold on. Before you go, so I'm starting to see a trend here for DC.
Yes.
It looks like people are preferring, they dislike the theatrical version of it, so they want an extended version of it. So it's Suicide Squad's getting this treatment, Justice League. So is this kind of like a way to show the fans like, hey, DC was trying to do it right, but the studio was holding them back? Or
well, that's
go ahead.
That's the exact thing that you told me. If you remember, when I saw Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice for the first time, I watched the extended cut, and I remember you specifically said, "Oh, this isn't like the one that I saw. This one's a lot better." So I think it started with Batman vs Superman, but okay, and it's going back to your question: is the studios getting super involved in these DC movies because they see how much revenue Marvel has brought in? But why do you feel that now the fans are asking for these type of cuts? Is it going to make the movie better? I personally don't think that Batman Forever is a terrible movie. It's not a good movie, but it's not a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little better than Batman and Robin.
Oh, 100% better than Batman and Robin.
But see, now it comes down to, I guess it's really the fans versus the studio.
Yeah.
I mean, Dark Knight trilogy, their theater versions were freaking good.
Flawless, yeah.
Yeah, Justice League was okay. Batman versus Superman was okay. The extended version was better. Wonder Woman, the theater version, was actually good.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. This could be like more of a fan service. Just like, hey, this is what we had an idea of. We're going to finally release it. Or this could be like, hey, we want to show you why the studios... we want to know why the studio cut this. Like, make your voice be heard, complain or something.
Yeah. But do you think there'll be a huge difference in director's cuts than there were to the original theatrical cuts? Will it make the movie better? Because we're obviously looking at 40 more minutes of additional footage. Will it make the movie better?
I hope it's more backstory to the villains. Mm-hmm. We all kind of know about Bruce Wayne and Batman, so I know I would like to see more of like Two-Face.
Yeah.
Like to see more of the Riddler and all them, but I don't know. I have to see what those 40 extra minutes would be. That's a lot of film.
Okay, but before we go, because I know we're gonna cut off eventually. Jess, I want to ask you a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, we talked about other versions of movies getting a released director's cut, and do you remember that movie Cursed that was directed by Wes Craven? It was a werewolf movie that we saw back in 2005. It's very, very old, but it's a werewolf movie. It's called Cursed. Okay, so and you can go back to the other podcast to see this, but now the fans are demanding a Wes Craven cut that is available. It's made. But obviously Wes Craven has passed away. The original movie itself was about 96 minutes, give or take, but this new cut is 122 minutes, which is a Wes Craven director's cut. It shows more backstory towards the wolf, the transformation, how it and also leads into some sort of a sequel. So these director's cuts are not exclusive to Marvel movies or superhero movies. Now it's going into the horror genre. Yeah,
I can see. I mean, I went on Hulu just yesterday and I saw there was an extended version of Horrible Bosses.
Mm-hmm. And exactly.
I thought the theater version was really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, filming a movie, there's always going to be extra footage. You go by the script. You're going to film everything on the script, if not extra B-roll and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff, yeah, you do have. If you have a certain limit, you have like a certain time frame you have to fulfill. You have to sometimes stay within those guidelines. You can't really go over it. But I know all directors want to release their version because that's what they work on. I mean, it'd be like Steven Spielberg, I think, would release extended versions of all his movies if he had the chance, but he gets the privilege to do a 2 hour plus movie.
Yeah.
So I think you have to build that credibility first as a director in order to be able to get that. Look at Peter Jackson.
Yes. So are you saying it's just a matter of time before we see a 5-hour version of Titanic?
Oh, it's too long for me.
You know, the original,
by the way,
an extra hour or two of the boat sinking.
The original Titanic cut by James Cameron is about 4 hours and 45 minutes long, by the way.
What?
Like Avatar and all that.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I think you have to build a rep. Be a good director. Have a good name for yourself. The studio will believe in you. But if you're up and coming, nah, we're not going to give you that 2-hour window you want.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're running low on time, aren't we? Okay.
Right.
Let's
Ramon,
wrap this one up.
Actually, it's time for Jesse's words of wisdom.
Jesse's words of wisdom.
Like, let's see if I can make an intro to that.
All right. Yeah, just continue everyone wearing a mask. Wash your hands. Right now, there's actually a rise of cases for kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been a little bit more protected.
Cautious.
I'm not gonna fucking go out just for no apparent reason.
Right.
But yeah, just be safe. Check on your loved ones.
Yes.
Call your family. Just keep your head up. And those that I know, the unemployment, hopefully that goes into effect really soon, because I know he signed an executive order on that too, to help out more unemployment. So keep looking for a job. There's a job out there. If you don't like the certain job, I mean, gotta kind of muscle it through for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No complaining right now, but yeah, just be safe. Hand sanitizer up and wash your hands, please.
Awesome.
And that's it.
Alrighty.
Oh, and William is out of Chelsea.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah. He just
Jesus Christ.
All right.
We gotta have
MLS, here we come.
Yeah.
We gotta have a soccer podcast, and then we gotta get my Caesar in here.
I'm down for that. Alrighty, Caesar, Anthony, thank you very much for being active in the chat. Very much appreciated. Thank you for being there yesterday as well. Oz, any last words before it cuts off?
No, that was it, you guys. Thank you for watching this episode. We actually brought the juice and we brought the funny today.
Yes, we did.
So keep each other safe, love each other, and that's it.
All right.
Deuces.
Peace out, my peeps. Have yourself a